Okay, part two. Uh, Continuing on with section boxes. One thing you can use these for in your views here is to create like a cutaway. So if I move into the building, I can create a cutaway view, into my building. The other thing you would do is hide walls. You could certainly do that, but then your soil is still there, and these kind of things. This creates a section view through the building, and you can save this for a rendering for a presentation view, not a problem. The only issue is your section box continues to show up, okay? And if you turn off section box over here, well, it does away with your section. All right, so let's pull that back. So close. There we go. Okay, and so let's just say I want to create a view into my building there, okay, and make a rendering of it. But I don't want that section box to view. So the two ways to deal with it is either through to hide it in my view or through visibility and graphics. And another shortcut keyboard is VG. Brings up your visibility and graphics. And this is over on the annotations, down here, section box. Too far. Section boxes. Okay. And so I can turn it off. And there we've got that. Okay. Another thing, and let's turn that off and turn it back on. Oh, I've got it turned off. So let me just. Another thing that we can do is in using selection, what's known as selection boxes. So if I come in here to a 3D view, and I'm going to turn off my section box here. I think it works without it. And I use a crossing window. Remember AutoCAD crossing windows? Oops, that got too much. So let me just select the roof. And on my modify tools, let's see, where's it at? Somewhere, and here is the selection box. Oh, I think I have to actually have a window. There we go. Selection box. What that does is it creates a section box based on the things that I selected. And because my two rear walls were selected back there, it picked up the whole building. But you can see it got rid of all the site stuff. Let me go here to a side view. That'll be easier. And so you see now, it doesn't do any good. I got just the roof. But if you wanted to do that, that's one way to do that, okay? So let's look at, see how that applies to a floor plan. And let's say I wanted to look at my kitchen here. And so if I do a, I don't want that. If I do a crossing, I need to go, come on here. And so now it brings me here, and it picked up the whole building because of the walls that I crossed. So let me go back. Maybe it was dimensions picking it up in there too. So let me turn off my dimensions. No, because it's picking up those two whole walls. Let's try it one more time here. From inside the building. I can't zoom out like that, can I? Yeah. Of course, I wonder if it's going to pick up the floor too. Let's just try it again here. Moved it. Guess I'm going to have to grab a wall, huh? Okay, well, I think part of it is the problem is because I have such a small building, but it gets me pretty close, and I could section box into my kitchen. Play with it a little bit so that I can get a 3D orthographic view into my building. Okay, that's a cutaway. So that's one way to use. That was a hassle, wasn't it? That's one way you can use, excuse me, section boxes with that tool up there. Okay, one other thing I want to show you here is to put a background in your view. So a couple of different ways to do it. Down here in your visual style, you can go graphic display options, or you can access it over here in properties. And down here for background, the options are here: sky, gradient, image, okay, or none. And so let's say sky. Okay, so this is my ground color, and it's an RGB color. If you're familiar with RGBs, or the amount of red, green, and blue. And you can pick any primary color for your ground, or you can, click in here to get close, and then adjust the hue over here a little bit to get something close. And it shows you down here what it's going to appear like. So I'm just going to pull that in, and then we'll say OK. And now this is based on your level 1 as your horizon. And so you can see there's my sky. If I go to a front view, because my horizon is set at level 1. And we'll figure out how to get to there. But if you rotate your object, where did we crop? The sky pretty much appears when you're looking straight ahead. If we tilt it up, then it's the background. So you kind of have to be careful with these things. So if we go back, and let's change back to, I'm just showing you what the options are here. Instead of sky, if we go to gradient, now we have a sky, a horizon, and a ground color. So let's look at those. And these typically work best in your elevation views, okay? And we can adjust some of this stuff by messing with our camera. And there's lots of things you can deal with on the sky to make some changes. But it pretty much usually works best because you can see now the green is kind of gradient into the sky. One other option is an image, and you can load a JPEG of some kind. So I did one here. I misspelled it when I saved it. Okay. I'm going to set it to width, and let's go, okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh. Now, if you notice, your image stays the one size no matter how you zoom. So you have to edit the size of your image there in that so you can kind of play with it here, make your changes, okay? But if you see, it stays the same. Okay, so it's a 2D image in there. And if I crop my view, it pulls it down into the crop area of whatever my crop was. Okay, so those are some of the little things. Let's go to another video, and I'll start dealing with perspectives as to how they are different and how we might could use them.